On here is technology. See, the fact is it's neutral, but it's how we apply it. We can apply it correctly, or we can apply it for harm. We can hurt someone. So, kind of like my dad said, technology and social media is like a two-edged sword. They can be used for good or for harm. So, be careful with that. Everyone out there is like craving that new smartphone or whatever until it becomes outdated. There's a new smartphone. They usually call it like a iPod Touch 3 or something. They're coming out with an Apple 3 iPad. So, you know, it's like we're never satisfied. That's how technology, you put something on the internet and then it's there forever, and then that website's not good enough, so you switch over. So, in terms of like using Facebook, it can ruin your life. It can help too. But an example of it ruining your life is that there's a Swiss woman. She used Facebook, and she told her boss that she was feeling ill and she needed to lie down in bed. And her boss kind of found out by befriending some people and found her on Facebook, and then kicked her off, and then she lost her job, and then they banned Facebook from the company. This was in Sweden, so that's not good. I got my source from Reuters. And then there's an 18-year-old New England Patriot cheerleader, and she was, I think she was a pretty good cheerleader, but she got kicked off because she was posing over a passed-out boy, and then they drew a lot of sexually profane stuff on him. They wrote "I'm a Jew," and they had the Nazi cross, but actually she was kicked off the squad because of the Nazi cross and that kind of stuff. So do not put a Nazi cross. It is not good. And then I looked up some pictures on the internet about Arab Spring. I didn't know what it was, but it's an uprising. It's founded by social media. People are trying to take out dictators of their countries. So in Libya, you've got Muammar Gaddafi. In Egypt, you've got Mubarak. And in Tunis, you got Ben Ali. And they kicked all these guys out. I remember watching maybe like 2 or 3 months ago, Mubarak being kicked out of Egypt. It was really interesting to like see the tanks going down the street. So everything was crazy. Things were on fire, and I don't know. It was too much. I didn't keep up with it so much, but it's ongoing. And what's happening now is they're rising up in Syria and they're rising up in Yemen. Ben Stein actually thinks, I watched a video about him, he actually thinks that this is a bad thing, this Arab Spring, because Iraq is gaining power. They're overthrowing their dictators, but with Iraq becoming a superpower, that's not good, especially for the nation of Israel. Another example of Facebook being used wrong, is there's this jury member named Jacob Jock, and he befriends Violetta Millerman, the defendant. So he's scrolling through, he's looking for like some hot woman on the jury, and he befriends her on Facebook, and then all of a sudden he gets kicked off the squad. But actually he never wanted to be on it, but he was told that he could have been put in jail. So that's not good. Got my source from the Herald Tribune and from Fox News. So concerning what I told you about Arab Spring and the uprising to take out these dictators, I just have this quote, Matthew 24, verse 6 to 7, "You will hear of wars and threats of wars, but don't panic. Yes, those things must take place, but the end won't follow immediately." I got that from the New Living Translation. And some good uses of technology. My brother uses Facebook. Well, he has this group called Men Wild at Heart because he was a big fan of John Eldredge. It pursues how to pursue God. And so he had a bunch of discussion groups, but Facebook kind of changed everything, and now you can't even find them, so that's kind of not good. And when he did this, he was like in high school, like in 10th or 11th grade, and then he received like assault threats from a girl that like wanted to nail him to the wall and so forth. But anyway, so remember, technology is a two-edged sword. Use it correctly.